Hi, I'm Phil Grande, philsgang.com. Listen to what Fisher said, the former Fed governor.
We front-loaded at the Federal Reserve an enormous rally in order to accomplish a wealth effect.
That's right. Did you hear that? They took the stock market, front-loaded it, ran at 200%, so we ended up not only with a fake stock market, but fake GDP, fake money, fake jobs, fake prices, fake everything. But we took advantage of that, and we're going to take advantage again. That's why I told my gang in May to short the market. On 5/29, that's May 29th, I'm telling you to short the stock market. And we were right. And the market went down over 11%. That's why you got to join my gang and learn how to short stocks just as much as buying them. Learn how to short with me, Phil Grande at philsgang.com.
Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You know, people make it too complicated. Wall Street tells you the market cap and the trailing PE and the forward PE and price to sales to confuse you. All you need to know is, does the stock have volume? What's that mean? Energy. What does that mean? If you have people buying a stock, enough of the stock's being bought, it influences the prices to go up. Join my gang, philsgang.com. We're using charting, philsgang.com.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. Everybody was asking me, how did I know to short Ford when it was November? And it was when Aunt B was telling us everything was fine. Well, what people didn't know is Aunt B was lying to us. Because when she was raising the rates, machinery sales were down 5.6%, computers were down 8.7%, communication equipment sales down 21%. I took a look at our chart and I saw that institutions were pulling money out of Ford. So we said, let's short Ford. And we did that in November, on November 10th, because my charts told me there was a big sell signal and we took advantage of it. And you know that stock Ford has now dropped 17%. That's the return my gang has now, 17%. Don't follow any of the jibber jabber from CNBC or the Fed. Follow me. philsgang.com.
Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264.
It's pretty amazing when you consider that 7 years ago, we didn't have the treatments we have now. We cure 80% of children with cancer. Go back 50 years, we were curing 20 to 30%. This is the miracle story of modern medicine. We understand what makes this cancer tick. And of course, without donors from around the world, this just couldn't happen. There's one thing we're focused on, and that's beating this thing.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. When was the last time you've gotten a raise? It's been a long time. When was the last time you got overtime? That's been a long time. Sure, why? What people don't realize is we got two components out there that is killing your standard of living. Free money provided to CEOs from the Federal Reserve, and then the way the CEO is being compensated. CEOs are not compensated on performance anymore. CEOs are compensated on stock options. That's how they make most of their money. So as long as the Federal Reserve will give them money free, they're going to focus on the CEO buying shares back to pop that price up to make that stock option. That's why you're not getting paid. Join my gang, philsgang.com.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You know, there's nothing worse than you're investing in a stock and during the day something happens and you don't know what to do. You don't know who to call. Or you call somebody and they just give you a bunch of BS. Not here at Phil's Gang. We value every gang member. During the day, you got a question about your stock, you contact us. We have the best service in the world. philsgang.com. You're not alone. You're a gang member.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call. That's 877-600-4264.
They just told us right away that we're going to house you, we're going to feed you, and every single one of his medical bills is just all taken care of.
They've saved my family from financial ruin. It allowed me and my wife both to focus on the most important thing, which was the health and well-being of our son.
We have phenomenal research, outstanding clinical care, and the generosity of public, which allow us to treat patients regardless of what it takes. And that's what makes St. Jude so magical.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, families never receive a bill for treatment, travel, housing, or food, because the only thing a family should worry about is helping their child live.
Doctors send us the toughest cases to be treated at St. Jude, and our patients come from all over the world.
When we come here, they told me, don't worry, everything's being taken care of. We could never repay St. Jude for what they've given us.
Because of you.
Gracias a ti.
Because of you.
There is St. Jude.
There is only one talk show host, Phil Grande, who delivers both social and financial talk. Not even Hannity or Rush can deliver a 1-2 punch like that. That's Phil Grande, philsgang.com. Phil Grande is unique, the industry leader, the first talk show host ever to combine social issues and finance into winning stock market ideas. That's Phil Grande, philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grande.
He said, I sort of hope that happens. He actually said that. He actually said he was hoping for the crash that caused hardworking families in California and across America to lose their homes. And now he says he wants to roll back the financial regulations that we have imposed on Wall Street to let them run wild again. Well, I'll tell you what, you and I together, we're not going to let him bankrupt America.
Really? Well, you bankrupt the Treasury Department, for God's sakes. Welcome to Phil's Gang, coast to coast around the country, off the Wall Street Radio Network. I mean, how come we don't see any of the media reporting that the Secretary of State that she lost $6 billion? She can't find it. Contracts. That's why she said, I'm going to have my husband come in and fix the economy, because she doesn't know anything about fixing the economy. She doesn't know anything about this stuff. She never held a job in her life. She never held a job. She never employed anybody. Now there's $6 billion. When she left, the secretary, she misplaced $6 billion. Oh, no, she didn't misplace it. It's fraud. She gave contracts to her friends. That's what the deal is. And what you do, she's been a prosecutor for years. For years. She knows how to lose. She knows how to lose evidence. So she gave deals to her buddies, and all you have to do is just make sure those files disappear. And when I look at the files, they're not completed. They're missing. They don't know who got the $6 billion. Is that amazing? And who is she to put herself above Trump or anybody? At least Trump, when he said, if he did say, maybe he did. I'm sure he did. That if the housing crash occurs, that's good. I'll make money. Oh, that's the business he was in at the time. That was his business. But at least he made money the old-fashioned way. He worked for it. She makes money. Think of this. From 2013, April 2013 to March 2015, she, as Secretary of State, collected $21 million in speaking fees. $21 million. Are you nuts? So she's going after Trump for making a statement when he was he owned business. His business is development. He didn't make the market. He didn't make the housing market crash. Her husband did, and Larry Summers did. They made it crash through the derivatives. They made it crash by taking and repealing the Glass-Steagall Act. They made the market crash when they forced Fannie and Freddie to buy bad loans, when Fannie and Freddie would only buy top quality loans from the banks. The banks would have a whole bunch of loans. They'd go buy them so they could give them the money so the banks could go out and loan again. But the only loans they would buy if they're AAA rated loans. But it was Barney Frank, and Clinton, and the rest of those gangsters that changed that forced Fannie and Freddie to take any loans, take the worst loans from the bank. And then what happened? Fannie and Freddie went broke. You and I had to bail it out. Who does she think she is? It's unbelievable, isn't it? $21 million. That's not to mention the cool $5 million she collected as an advance for her book that flopped in 2014. She got $5 million as an advance. Remember the book, Hard Choices? She sold like 3 copies. It was her daughter and her husband, and she bought the 3, I think. I mean, it was a total flop. So who is she to criticize anybody? Now she's telling us she's the one that's going to fix the economy? $6 billion. Can you imagine that, misplacing that? Unbelievable, isn't it? More unbelievable is the rumor is still hot that they're going to increase rates in June when they're not going to. They're still telling us the economy is good, and it's so good they got to cool it off by increasing rates in June. And the Europeans are dumping their euros, and they're buying all the dollars they can find so they can go and buy stocks. And in the last 3 days, the markets rallied, while the dollar was going up. That makes no sense. When the dollar goes up, that's bad for the stock market. So we got the stock market going up with the dollar. We got oil going up with the dollar, which makes no sense. That's going to reverse itself. Remember, when the only time you're going to have your market go up is when the dollar goes down. Because when you have the dollar go up, it can only sustain. If the dollar is going up, dollar's getting stronger and it's going up, and stocks are going up, especially your multinational companies who do 60-70% of their business overseas, it can't sustain itself because they can't compete with a strong dollar overseas. They can't sell their goods. They can't compete. So the rally, they'll just give it back. It won't take long to pull this rally right back. And it's amazing how people are just jumping in and just falling for this rally. They're all chasing this rally. Listen to this, Jim Cramer. I couldn't believe. I'm going to play this cut, but know this, as I tell my students every day. The banks and the semiconductors always lead the stock market. Always think about those two as half the stock market. Listen what he says.
Finance and tech are this stock market, and it's really rather amazing. I think that this is another stealth rally. No one's talking about it. People want to get out of these stocks. You got to stay in because this is day one. We've got the rally.
It's not day one. Let's take the semiconductors. What I teach my students is there's 4 segments to a stock. The first segment is after everybody sells it off. Let's take SMH, for example. It's sold off from $57 all the way down to $45. That means they shorted the semiconductors, the institutions, the banks, the pension funds, the mutual funds. So it dropped to about 20%. Now, then they came in and started to buy again. But you had the buy signal. Okay, after they sold off, that's stage 1 where everybody stopped selling. Stage 2 in a stock is where all the money starts coming in. And on stage 2, there is a signal that tells you the mutual funds, the hedge funds, the biggest banks, the pension funds are now buying again. That was at $48. That was $48 when we got that signal. $48. And that was on February 24th. Now, he says today's the first day. No, February 24th was the first day. And it's gone from $48 to where it is today, around $55. That's a 14%. He tells you to get in today. But wait a minute. when you look on your chart, it's the last stage. You're supposed to get out. You're supposed to get out. We call it, you get in at the 32% mark and you get out to 80%. What does that mean? We don't try to get into the very, very bottom, and we don't try to get out at the very, very top. We try to get out we try to make our money and get out in the middle. We just want to, like a little mouse comes in, takes a piece of cheese, takes a bite. We don't try to get into the very, very bottom. We don't try to get out the very, very top, because that's very dangerous. That's when you lose money. So what you're looking for is a nice return, and you get it right in the middle. And our chart showed us there is no way today. He missed the whole rally. Now he's telling you to get in today? What are you, nuts? I'll be right back. How stupid is that?
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, my name is Phil Grande at philsgang.com. I'm going to tell you something about your 401k that you don't know. You know the 401k is a tax code? That's what it is. Here's how it worked. In the 80s, you had pension funds, but they decided to give their CEOs a benefit on top of the pension. It was called 401k. That was to shelter their income. That way they could keep the CEOs, because it was very competitive. But when all the jobs were shipped overseas, they no longer could keep pension funds. Too expensive. So they shifted all their employees to a 401k, duping you, thinking it was a good deal. But what they did is they charged hidden fees, which amount to about $250 billion a day, that they gave to lobbyists to go to Washington to make sure that this 401k would never be transparent. Here's what came of it.
Responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
That's right. So join my gang, philsgang.com.
Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. Everybody was asking me, how did I know to short forward when it was November? And it was when Aunt B was telling us everything was fine. Well, what people didn't know is Aunt B was lying to us. Because when she was raising the rates, machinery sales were down 5.6%, computers were down 8.7%, communication equipment sales down 21%. I took a look at our chart and I saw that institutions were pulling money out of Ford. So we said, let's short Ford. And we did that in November, on November 10th, because my charts told me there was a big sell signal, and we took advantage of it. And you know that stock Ford has now dropped 17%. That's the return my gang has now, 17%. Don't follow any of the jibber jabber from CNBC or the Fed. Follow me, philsgang.com.
Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You know, people make it too complicated. Wall Street tells you the market cap and the trailing PE and the forward PE and price to sales to confuse you. All you need to know is, does the stock have volume? What's that mean? Energy. What does that mean? If you have people buying a stock, enough of the stock's being bought, it influences the prices to go up. Join my gang, philsgang.com. We're using charting, philsgang.com.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. Every month now, we get jobs. They give us the job numbers. We've been averaging, they tell us, 235,000 jobs a month. It's been a lie. That's a bogus number. The BLS, that counts the jobs, they use what they call the birth-death model system. What they do is they manipulate the jobs, so 40% of that number that you see is fake. That's right. If you take 235,000 jobs, the number really is 140,000. They bogus up about 95,000 jobs. But that's what goes on now on Wall Street. That's why you want to be a member of my gang, Phil's Gang, philsgang.com, because that way you get the truth. Join my gang, philsgang.com.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
It's pretty amazing when you consider that 7 years ago, we didn't have the treatments we have now. We cure 80% of children with cancer. Go back 50 years, we were curing 20 to 30%. This is the miracle story of modern medicine. We understand what makes this cancer tick. And of course, without donors from around the world, this just couldn't happen. There's one thing we're focused on, and that's beating this thing.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. Yellen came out and told us that she is basically going to pull back the 25 basis point hike that she had in December, the quarter point, because the economy is bad. Then she's going to do quantitative easing. So what does that mean? That means as the economy gets worse, the market's going to go up. See, most people think when the economy's bad, the market should be going down. Just the opposite. Because when the economy is bad, the Federal Reserve comes in, prints money, gives it to the companies to buy their own shares back to push their stocks up. Because when the economy's bad, people aren't out spending and their stock doesn't go up. This is how they do it. A great opportunity. Don't miss it. Join my gang, philsgang.com. Become part of this wealth effect. philsgang.com.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Welcome back to the Phil's Gang Show. This segment is brought to you by philsgang.com.
I see this lowlife tonight, I see this lowlife. She puts on an ad. Did you know that Donald Trump was rooting against housing because he wanted housing to go down because he wanted to buy? And they got some clip of me from many years ago where I'm saying, yeah, if it goes down, I'm going to buy. I'm a businessman. That's what I'm supposed to do. She screams. It drives me crazy. I didn't say. She goes, and Donald Trump is a terrible person. And he wanted to buy housing when it was at a low point. Who the hell doesn't?
Welcome back to Phil's Gang. That's why not everybody, but that's why people are gravitating towards him. They're sick of the lying. I mean, who would you rather have? He's honest. He's in business. He says, my job, look, his job, okay, is to go out and get the best deal he can. He didn't cause the housing crash. It was Hillary's husband that caused the crash. He's a businessman. Wait a minute. What about, I'll tell you who are lowlifes. How about all of Obama's buddies on Wall Street, the hedge funds? All the banks. They throw 10 million people out of their homes. They foreclose on them. Some people shouldn't even been foreclosed on, but they foreclosed on them anyways. Bunch of gangsters. The banking cartel. Obama gets together with the banks, with all the foreclosures on their books, gets together with Wall Street hedge funds. There's a bunch of gangsters. Put them both together. He said, make a deal. You go ahead and you buy these houses at 20 cents on the dollar. 20 cents on the dollar. You Wall Street hedge funds come in, and for you bankers, you get them off your balance sheet. 20 cents on the dollar. I don't hear Hillary Clinton talking about the banks selling homes to the hedge funds at 20 cents, 30 cents on the dollar, and then renting them when they should have been taking those houses and selling to individual people. Give people a chance to buy those houses instead of renting them. Wouldn't it have been much smarter to give people a chance to buy their houses? Try to get their house back at 20, 30 cents? Get rid of the debt, forget the mortgages? Wouldn't that have been much better? But a person, if he owed $100,000 on his house, he couldn't make it. They threw him out. Then that $100,000 note, they sold it to a banking. They sold it to a hedge fund. Which, by the way, the banks are partners with the hedge funds. They partnered up, so the banks actually bought it itself and became partners with the hedge funds. They became partners and they rented these things out. So they buy it at $100,000. They buy it at $20,000. Wouldn't they have been better off? Obama saying, "Let's give the people a chance to buy their homes back at $20,000, or foreclosing on a $100,000 mortgage, let them buy it back at $20,000. She don't say anything about the banks. Well, of course not, because the banks gave her $21 million in speaking fees because they own her. They own her. The banking cartel owns her. I'd much rather have Trump. The bank's not going to own Trump. Are you kidding? The banking cartel, the Federal Reserve, for years, remember, have been in the drug business. That's right. They've been in the drug business. The Federal Reserve is a cartel, no different than a drug cartel. Now, drug cartels front load our communities with cocaine and heroin. The banking cartel, who she got 20 million in speeches, the banking cartel, their heroin, their cocaine is money and zero interest. And they front load our economy and stock market. And like drugs, zero interest rates and easy money gives the economy and the stock market an unsustainable high, making the economy and the stock market just as dependent on new injections of financial crack to keep the system going as does a drug-dependent junkie. He needs a constant dose of crack to keep his system going. He's trying to, so who's worse? The Federal Reserve, this private company? They're no different than a drug company. They're a cartel. So who's worse? Give me a break. The banking cartel in 2009 injected their heroin or their money into the economy. And the stock market got a 125% unsustainable high. But it's temporary. We'll talk about that a little bit later. Let's go to Stock Corner.
Stock Corner is brought to you by the Phil's Gang video channel. Go to philsgang.com, click on the video channel graphic, and check out Phil's free videos on the market, economy, and current events.
And also brought to you by Walter's Way, the book, author Walter Scher. We still have books available. Go to my website, philsgang.com, and get this award-winning book, the 2016 Silver Axiom Business Book Award. Get this book. Go to my site, philsgang.com. It's available there. And again, I want to thank everybody who came to the signing last Saturday. All right. And the price of the book, by the way, is $15. And all the money goes to charity. That's right, goes to charity. I mean, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. It goes to the Vera and Walter Scher Foundation and to St. Jude. Okay, let's take a look at some stocks. Here's what's going on. If you go back to the 20th, okay, of this month, that's when she made the announcement that Aunt B made the announcement that she was going to raise rates in June. And that's what created this last 3-day rally. But don't get hooked into it. It's not a sustainable rally. Why? Because one, the dollar has gone up. And behind the rally, I would love to say it was sustainable. I'd love to say it went up because of higher earnings, higher revenues. But no. Remember, our first quarter earnings declined by almost 9%, making it the fourth consecutive quarters, year-over-year declines. And the next quarter is not going to be much better. So she artificially pushed this market up. And she did it with SMH, the semiconductors, and the banks. I will tonight put it on my website, my YouTube. I'll do a video for you. And I'll show you. I'll put up SMH and XLF. And I'll play Trump's. I'll play Kramer's cut. How he said today is the first day of the rally for the semiconductors and the banks. And I'll show he's totally wrong. And I'll show you where the first day was. Certainly not today. It's at the end of its day now. It's the end of it, not the beginning of it. We'll be right back.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
We're on our best 2-year job creation streak in 20 years.
What are you, nuts? Who'd believe that? Let me tell you the truth. First of all, the 292,000 jobs we got in December 2015, and they told us the unemployment rate is 5%. Not true. You can't trust these people on Wall Street. You can't trust the press. What they don't count is, in December, for example, the 615,000 discouraged workers. A discouraged worker is a person unemployed, gave up looking for work, but this administration does not count them as unemployed when calculating the 5% unemployment rate. Instead, they classify the discouraged as marginally attached to the labor force, but they're not considered part of the labor force or part of the unemployment. That's why you can't trust what they tell you. If we back into 625,000, the real unemployment rate is 12%, not 5%. That's why you got to join my gang, where you get the truth and where we use charts. Join the gang, philsgang.com.
Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Let me ask you, could you use a little extra money? Well, of course you could. Everybody could use that extra revenue to pay the bills, pay down debt, or save for retirement. With philsgang.com, we help you make that extra income in the stock market. For over 15 years, Phil Grande and philsgang.com helps folks who are interested in learning short-term and long-term investing by providing professional-level charting skills and strategies. philsgang.com is your number one source to learn, invest, and profit in the stock market. And you can do this for only $49.95 a month. With philsgang.com, you learn how to invest in the market. You get daily investment coaching guidance, and you will learn to invest and trade with the skills and confidence of the pros. Just log on and get daily investment instructions and make profits. Plus, all philsgang.com material is archived for your convenience. Go to philsgang.com to join or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Call today.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande, philsgang.com. You know, every day we hear from Wall Street, you turn on the TV, and they're telling us how the economy's great, everything's great. And these are the same people that run the 401ks who, with a 2% fee, take more than half of your money and put it in their pocket. You will never retire comfortably in a 401k. But try to convince 90 million people, it's almost impossible. People just don't listen. They get comfortable and stay with these 401ks. They don't work. You're not going to be able to retire. It's simple. Go to my site, philsgang.com. Join the gang, try it for a month, and we're going to show you how to use a chart. And that is going to put you in such a comfort zone of retirement.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande, philsgang.com. Listen to this contradiction.
February existing home sales down 7.1%.
American consumers, they have more cash on hand.
What a contradiction. Matter of fact, all the information you get from all the different financial programs, it's all contradiction. But here at Phil's Gang, I will tell you the truth. Join my gang, philsgang.com. You will enjoy it.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call. It's 877-600-4264.
They just told us right away that we're going to house you, we're going to feed you, and every single one of his medical bills is just all taken care of.
They've saved my family from financial ruin. It allowed me and my wife both to focus on the most important thing, which was the health and well-being of our son.
We have phenomenal research, outstanding clinical care, and the generosity of public, which allow us to treat patients regardless of what it takes. And that's what makes St. Jude so magical.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, families never receive a bill for treatment, travel, housing, or food, because the only thing a family should worry about is helping their child live.
Doctors send us the toughest cases to be treated at St. Jude, and our patients come from all over the world.
When we come here, they told me, don't worry, everything will be taken care of. We could never repay St. Jude for what they've given us.
Because of you.
Gracias a ti.
Because of you.
There is St. Jude.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande, philsgang.com. We're a teaching format. Boy, do we give good service. You know, buying a stock doesn't have to be complicated. The reason why Wall Street makes it complicated is so to make you think you need to hire them. You can do better without them, believe me, because you're not going to have those big fees. Come to Phil's Gang, where we'll show you an easy way to buy a stock. philsgang.com, where we don't make it complicated but profitable.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call. That's 877-600-4264. Welcome back to the Phil's Gang Radio Show. Want to know more about Phil's Gang? Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Okay, let me give you my number. Join the gang, 877-600-GANG, 877-600-GANG. Now, Steve is waiting your phone call, and Alex. And remember, I still have the same promotion going that I did yesterday. I'm looking for 20 people, brand new people, never been a gang member, who join the gang. All you do is pay the $49.95 for the month, and as far as the charts, the PT1, PT2, we'll direct you for the first 4 weeks off of our chart, our PT1 and our PT2. So you don't have to get it for the first 4 weeks. You have to get it after. Now, the first 4 weeks, we're going to have you just follow us. You're going to be limited to these 4 stocks, but that's all you need. We're going to show you Macy's, and how Macy's, we're going to catch that on the way back up. The stock got creamed. And so did JCPenney. 2 wonderful stocks got creamed. And also we're going to show you how to make money on Macy's and JCPenney, and also gold mining stocks. Now, gold mining stocks went up over 100%. So if the dollar keeps getting strong, gold is going to sell off. And then we'll show you and we'll guide you with the gold. But the real 2 stocks I want to prove to you, to 20 people, first 20 people, I want to prove to you that using my system, my charting, is a simple color-coded system, that it works. So you don't have to pay for the 2 charts or the 1 chart when you start. It's just a promotion for the first 4 weeks, and you'll be on just 2 stocks or 3 stocks, Macy's and JCPenney, and we'll guide you through it. You have to take 2 minutes a day just to check in. Go to our site, you check in, we tell you exactly what to do. When to add more, when to take some off, you'll be guided all the way through. And talking about that, and here's the number again, 877-600-GANG. So it's limited to the 20 folks, okay? It'd be fun. We'll have a lot of fun doing it, and you're going to learn, and you're going to learn it works. You don't have to know about market caps or trailing PEs or revenue per share or gross profit or all that stuff they tell you on TV. You don't need to know any of that. All you need to know is when Vanguard Group or BlackRock or T. Rowe Price or Bank of New York or Goldman Sachs are putting their money back into Macy's. They took it out, it went down 30%. Now they're going to put it back in, and we'll show you with a chart how you know when they're putting it back in and how you can buy it, okay? And same thing with JCPenney. It'll be a lot of fun for you, and you'll see it works. And you don't have to be dependent on 401ks, which, by the way, the founder of the 401k came out the other day, and he said it was a mistake. It was a big mistake. He doesn't even want to be associated with it anymore. They're a scam. It's the founder of the 401k, yet you're in them. What are you, nuts? Okay, listen to this. This is amazing, isn't it? Now, Obama, as you know, says this.
Anyone claiming that America's economy is in decline is peddling fiction.
And then here's Jeremy Siegel.
Productivity growth has totally collapsed. It's actually turned negative in the last 2 quarters. It is a major problem. We economists don't know why productivity in the last 5 years, it's not just the last year, the last 5 years has been so very slow, and that is definitely a problem.
The reason why it's a problem is because its productivity gives us our standard of living. Standard of living. So you got the president telling us everything is just ducky. Really? But Jerry Siegel from Wharton's telling us, wow, productivity, that's why we're in such a mess. Now let's go to whose fault is that? See, he doesn't have the guts to come out and tell you whose fault it is. Plus, he doesn't tell you what stocks to be in. He doesn't tell you what stocks to be in to make money on it. The banking cartel, remember, as I told you, they inject their heroin, which is their money, into the economy, into the stock market. They're no different than these cartels, these crooked, drug cartels. Terrible. So the stock market got 125% high, all temporary. Can't stay there. That's why they brought in QE1, QE2, QE3. Now they're going to have to bring another QE. So she comes in the other day yelling and says, I got to get this market moving. It's been over 14, 15 months. We're 2.5% away from the highest stock market ever on record, and we can't get it there. Because the institutions, the mutual funds, the pension funds, the biggest banks are pulling out their money. Because they know the economy, there's nothing underneath this high. This 125% fake high is temporary. So she decided to come in and lie. And say the economy's so good we're going to raise rates. As soon as you do that, you got people in Europe investors have to pay to put their money in the bank, who are chasing yields all over the world, trying to find some investment. As soon as they hear, what's America doing? They're raising rates. That means the economy's good. I'm dumping my euros and I'm going to buy dollars and I'm going to buy stocks. So the stocks went up for the last 3 days and now everybody's chasing these stocks. It's amazing. Never seen anything like it. But thank God for the charts. Because the charts, we're disciplined. We're saying, no. We're not going to turn around and buy stocks, not unless the chart shows that Vanguard and BlackRock and T. Rowe Price are putting money back in to these specific stocks. And that's what we do. And that's why tonight I want you to go to my YouTube site, where I put up my video showing, go to the links on the homepage. And by the way, every Wednesday I change it and I give you my comment on where the stock market is and what's going on with the stock market. Every Wednesday I change it. Just go to my homepage and I do a video and I explain to you what the market's going to do. I'm going to explain again tonight. Tonight's Wednesday. I'm going to change it, but I'm also going to put up Kramer's comment that the semiconductors and the banks, today's their first day of the rally. I'm going to prove how wrong they are. So, especially with the semiconductors. Semiconductors, by the way, symbol SMH, that the first day, this market has already rallied 16%. 16%. Are you kidding me? 20%. I'm sorry, 20%. It's already rallied 20%. And he says to get in today after it's already gone up 20%. He's on the wrong side of the trade. And I'm going to show you that because each trade, remember, has 4 sectors, okay? Has 4 segments to a trade. You make all or most of your money. Remember, 65% of this time stocks go up. You make most of your money, remember, between what we call phase 2 and phase 3. And that's where you make most of your money because it goes from 65% to 85% if you stay in that little sector. And I'll explain that on my chart tonight. So check it out. Make sure you go there. Now, here's the thing. Even before 2009, the cartel injected their financial heroin into the internet high, remember, and the real estate high. How long did they last? They didn't last, right? And they said they lied. They said it was for the purpose of creating a good economy, creating jobs. No, it didn't. It created tremendous wealth for the 1 percentile. They created a fake wealth effect for Main Street, but they actually made a fortune, the 1 percentile. Now, as a result of that, we have increased student loans. We have increased auto debt loans. It's unbelievable. Student loans are over $1 trillion, first time in history. Auto debt's over $1 trillion, first time in history. All we've done is increase debt. The 1 percentile got all the money from this injection. And so people say, well, I don't feel it. Well, of course you don't feel it. Everybody says, I don't feel this high that everybody's talking to you. Of course you don't. The proof is there isn't any recovery. Here's what I want you to think about. Today, just 6% of the 500 S&P companies, the S&P 500 companies, best companies in the world, just 6% or 28 of the 500 companies are making 50% of all the profits. 50%? How are you going to sustain a rally with that? You can't. So 28 companies out of 500. That's it. The other companies are up all on air, all on stock buybacks, all on this stuff that Yellen's doing, like yesterday, all this lying that's going on. Boy, we're in a good recovery. If you're in a good recovery, how could it be possible you have 28 companies out of 500? Just 28 making half of all the profits. That means when these companies collapse, that's the end of it. It's the end of it. That's why you join my gang. As I said, you don't have to pay for the first 4 weeks for the charts. Just join the gang, Phil's gang, 877-600-GANG. Call and get the information for the first 4 weeks. You'll love it.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande, philsgang.com. There's so much bad news out there. Let me give you some good news. The good news is you can retire when you're 65 years of age. You can live the same lifestyle you've come accustomed to, but you're going to have to make a change. And what's that change? To get rid of your 401k. It's a scam. It doesn't work. We've never seen more people pulling their money out of 401ks than right now. $40 billion just in this last few quarters because they know it doesn't work. So they're taking their money and stuffing it in the mattress. That's not what to do. Look, it's not about the money you put away. It's about how you invest that money. And clearly 401ks don't work. But it does work here at Phil's Gang. philsgang.com, where we just got a return of over 35% in copper.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You know, people make it too complicated. Wall Street tells you the market cap and the trailing PE and the forward PE and price to sales to confuse you. All you need to know is, does the stock have volume? What's that mean? Energy. What does that mean? If you have people buying a stock, enough of the stock's being bought, it influences the prices to go up. Join my gang, philsgang.com. We're using charting, philsgang.com.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. Aren't you tired of all the nonsense you hear from these financial shows like this?
Should I be worried about Bear Stearns in terms of liquidity and get my money out of there? No, no, no. Bear Stearns is fine.
And then they went bankrupt. This is what I'm talking about. This is crazy. Your 401k, they take half of all the money you put away. Look, it's not about the money you're saving. It's about where you invest it and not in a 401k. Join my gang. Start using charts. I'll teach you how to use a chart so that you can maximize your returns on the money you do have. And the earlier you get started, the better. Join my gang, philsgang.com. philsgang.com.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Every single one of his medical bills, everything is just all taken care of.
We have phenomenal research, outstanding clinical care, and the generosity of the public, which allow us to treat patients regardless of what it takes.
At St. Jude, families never receive a bill for treatment, travel, housing, or food, because the only thing a family should worry about is helping their child live.
Because of you.
Gracias a ti. Because of you.
There is St. Jude.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. There's so much bad news out there. Let me give you some good news. The good news is you can retire when you're 65 years of age. You can live the same lifestyle you've come accustomed to. But you're going to have to make a change. And what's that change? To get rid of your 401k. It's a scam. It doesn't work. We've never seen more people pulling their money out of 401ks than right now. $40 billion just in this last few quarters. Because they know it doesn't work. So they're taking their money and stuffing it in the mattress. That's not what to do. Look, it's not about the money you put away. It's about how you invest that money. And clearly 401ks don't work. But it does work here at Phil's Gang. philsgang.com, where we just got a return of over 35% in copper.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Welcome back to the Phil's Gang Radio Show. Want to know more about Phil's Gang? Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Here it is, 877-600-GANG, 877-600-GANG. For my promotion, I'm offering, what I'm trying to do is get 20 people. Now there's got to be non-gang members. And I'm going to prove to you that when I sit here every day and I tell you about the PT2 chart, the PT1 chart, how it works, especially the PT2 chart, and you hear me every day, I say, look, when it turns green, you buy. Turns red, you sell. So simple that you don't get involved because you think, well, that's a gimmick. I'm going to show you it's not. So I said, I'll try 20 people. You pay for the gang membership. It's $49.95 for 30 days. Now, you don't have to buy the PT2 or PT1 when you join the gang. What we're going to do, however, we're going to let you, we'll use our charts, our PT1, PT2, to let you follow. Okay, you can watch us on our charts. Follow 3 stocks, Macy's and JCPenney and gold. But we're most interested in Macy's and JCPenney because I want to prove to you after they went down 20 to 30%, dropped 20 to 30%, that I'll prove to you that the charts work, especially the PT2. that when Vanguard and BlackRock and T. Rowe Price and Goldman Sachs put their money back in to Macy's, it will go up. It will turn green. It will turn green. So I'm going to prove that to you. So for the first 4 weeks, you're going to follow us on RPT2, just with those two stocks, JP Morgan, I'm sorry, JCPenney, I keep saying JP Morgan, JCPenney and Macy's, those two retail stocks, and we'll also work with you on GDX, our gold. So if the dollar continues to go up like they say it's going to, which I doubt, and then you can you see how we short gold, okay? But I really want to focus on Macy's and JCPenney for you, okay? Then all I ask you make some money, please donate it to St. Jude. Then after 4 weeks, then of course you got to buy the charts, okay? It's only for the first 4 weeks, and you're going to follow us on our charts. Okay, but here's what really gets me. Listen to this. This is the John Williams, and he sits on, he's one of the Fed members.
I see the fundamentals as very solid. I see growth continuing to be good. And, at the Fed, we're going to be trying to get this very smooth landing, bring the plane exactly.
What an idiot. We're going to get a very smooth landing. He doesn't know what he's even talking about. He's lying to us. Smooth landing. What's smooth? He says the economy's pretty good. The economy is pretty good? Are you kidding? The first quarter of 2016 marks the first time that we've seen 4 consecutive quarters, year over year, negative earnings at 9.1%, including this financial sector. We had the biggest decline in the financial sector ever. We had biggest declines in durable goods and business sales. Aircraft alone down 27%. Trucks plunged 39%. Business investments down 22%. Investment in new buildings, machinery, computers, communication equipment. Biggest decline in 7 years. Over 12%. And he's saying, and he's just sits there and lies. Lies to you. Either that or he's just stupid. And most of those people sitting on the board are stupid. They're just stupid bankers. Ever going to see a banker? Oh, they're stupid people, aren't they? They're the dumbest people, bankers. Ever see their desk? Nothing on it. They just move their pen from the left side to the right side. And the only time they use their pen, I'll tell you when they use their pen, when they, right at the end of the month, when they got to write down and put in their statement of all the reimbursements. That's the only time you see anything on their desk or on their computer for their reimbursements. They want to make sure they get every penny, man. If they spent the coffee, 10 cents on a coffee, they want that 10 cents back. Bunch of cheapskates, too. How did I get into that? I don't know. But, okay, here's the number. 877-600-GANG. All right, let's wind this up. So, here's why the market's going to crash. You can't have 28 of 500 companies holding the whole stock market up. And they're not. What's holding up the other companies, okay, is quantitative easing, is 0% interest rates, is the Fed printing money, and is Yellen coming out and lying to us and saying she's going to raise rates. And then we get this 3-day big rally, which most people shouldn't be in it because the stock is not ready to buy, but they jump in first. You won't do that when you got your chart. You won't make that mistake. But that's why the market is going to crash. So you got 28 companies that are up because of earnings and revenues. But the other 400 whatever, 475 stocks, 73 companies, they're being held up by these crooks, injecting their cocaine, their money. And that's why the market's going to crash. Here's another reason why it's going to crash. Obama and his sidekick, that communist Verily Jarrett, instead of taking advantage of 0% interest money and taking that money and put it down on the principal of our loan, the $20 trillion, knock the principal down. And knock the principal down on the other $185 trillion debt we have. No, they didn't do that. Instead, they took the low interest rates. They just paid interest on our $20 trillion, and $185 trillion debt. Just paid interest. And they went out and they borrowed and borrowed and borrowed more money to expand their welfare state. And doubled our debt. He's going to walk away, leaving us so choked with debt, unbelievable. So as a result of all this increased spending and expanding Obama's welfare empire, including the Obamacare, that's what's really killing us. Obamacare. There's nothing left for investment. We can't improve infrastructure. Why do you think why do you think we're not sending money to states to fix their bridges and roads and airports? We could create millions of jobs. No, that's what we should have done. But instead, he takes that money and he makes people can make sure they can get more disability checks, more food stamps, more free housing, more tax credit for kids they don't even have. That's what he expanded, and that's why you don't feel it. And then Hillary says she's going to do the same policies. No, she's not. She's going to do the same policies the banks tell her to do because she picked up over $20 million making speeches for him. You may not like Trump. A lot of people don't. But at least he's not a bought man. Hillary is dangerous. It's unbelievable. And the problem is the press keeps distracting us. And I like how Obama keeps distracting us for how bad the economy is. This debate over the bathroom transgender individuals, what they should use, what bathroom, that's just all distraction. You imagine having a debate over what bathroom transgender individuals should use? Obama believes this is important. But here's what's dangerous. Obama believes that he has the legitimate authority to tell private businesses who they should allow to use their bathrooms. While he also believes that business owners didn't build their businesses, but the government did, he also believes it's not the right of private property owners to decide for themselves who may and may not use their bathrooms. You got to stay focused. You got to stay focused, man. Don't let this crap distract you. And then they put our attention on with the TSA. These idiots. All these big long lines at the airports. And the reason why we got long lines at the airports is due to their incompetence of this TSA handling of their IT security protocols. So no one's paying attention to Hillary's claims that she is going to fix this economy. Well, how the hell is she going to fix the economy when she lost $6 billion in her office? She said, I can't find it. It's somewhere. I think I dropped that on the floor, she said. Oh, maybe behind the basket. Well, she gave it to all her buddies. What is she, nuts? $6 billion is still missing from the State Department. How come the press isn't on top of this? Well, they're too busy trying to make her president. They're campaigning for her. That's why the press isn't talking about this. But they'll be all over Trump's statements, though, about, boy, if housing crash, I'm going to go in there and buy some good deals. Well, so what? That's what's his business. Unbelievable. Look, let me give you the number. 877-600-GANG. All I can do for you is show you how to create some wealth. And it's not fake wealth. The first 20 people, again, you join the gang, and then we're going to use our own PT1, PT2 to guide you. You don't have to pay for it, the PT1, PT2. This is for non-gang members now, okay? Who never was a gang member. You don't have to pay for the first 4 weeks. The PT1, PT2, we're going to show you it works. Then you're only going to be able to use it again on Macy's and JCPenney, okay, and gold. And then if you like it and it works, then you have to buy the charts at the end of the 4 weeks. I think it's a great opportunity. Call now, 877-600-GANG. See you on the charts.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grande, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
It's up to me.